Welcome to Agency for Agents, a podcast for real estate team leaders and independent brokerage owners looking to maximize profits, effectiveness, and gain freedom for their team and business. Your hosts, Christine Andreasen and Aaron Hendon, have been running one of the most successful real estate teams in the Seattle area for more than 8 years. They know building a winning team means finding ways to empower, nurture, train, and develop individual agents to discover their own power, their own agency. On the podcast, Christine and Aaron interview thought leaders in real estate and personal growth to help you impact both your performance and your teams. We know it takes a lot, and leaders and brokers that crack that code reap the rewards of success greater than any they could ever achieve on their own. Why don't we start, Bob? First of all, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Give this create a little bit of a holder for you, a little bit of background about what you do and where you are and who you are and things like that.
Okay. Well, I'm Bob McCranie and I run Texas Pride Realty Group. I had been in IT for 19 years and then I got into real estate in 2003 and I've now been in real estate 19 years.
Come on.
So it's just, 19 seems to be a focal number for me. We started Texas Pride Realty in 2009. We are a diversity-centric real estate team. In a red meat state that's really unusual to find. We hire agents that most brokerages won't talk to. We serve a population that most agencies don't want to have come through the front door. We want to be.
Yeah, just give me some example. Because I certainly have a picture of what, red meat Texas would look like: big hats, boots,
That's the iconic look.
Yeah.
Not going political. It's a conservative state. And yeah. Texas Pride Realty is a double entendre. Some people think we just love Texas, and other people get that we're serving the LGBTQ community. And now we've broadened that to be diversity across the board. People of color, trans, anybody who wants to work in this industry or who wants to buy a home in this state, we welcome you.
That's awesome.
And a lot of other brokerages, we hire agents who literally, other brokerages have walked to the door and said, don't come in, you have tattoos. You have mermaid hair. You have, things on your Instagram that we don't like. Who doesn't have things on their Instagram that they wouldn't like?
Yeah.
Be yourself. So we're teaching people to be utterly authentic in who you are at all times. It's too hard to remember the lie you told to the last person. Yeah. Just be you. And we're attracting people to us both as agents, as an agency, but we're attracting buyers and sellers to us who are like, oh my God, if you're going to walk in my house, you're going to see a picture of me with someone else that other people we'd have to put those pictures away if they were coming over.
Yeah, that's really good, Bob. I just, before you go, I want to just.
No, I'll babble on. Just interrupt me.
Yeah, because I'm really interested in that thread, like you as a broker, as an agent, what we train our people is the exact same thing as you're going to attract who you are. You're going to attract the kind of people that are consistent with your values. And that's why they're going to hire you. Otherwise, you should just be a commodity broker, like a Redfin agent or whatever, and just do the internet leads that come in and just churn them out for 1%. But otherwise, you're really building a community of people that you call clients, but you're in the center of this whole world of what matters to you.
And I don't want, when you go on a website for an agency and you go to their about page and you see all their faces, I don't want a page that looks like all the same sort of haircut, skin tone. I want to have don't look like me. Right. I'm already me. You look like somebody else. And I want to have that blend of everyone represented. And I'm not there yet. We're at 25 agents. There's room for more.
Yeah.
But yes, we will serve straight people. And yes, we will serve the normal demographics of whatever they are. But we're also trying to be welcoming to the people who don't see themselves represented on a real estate website.
Yeah,
I think the whole thing about representation now in the arts, there's representation in life. Why do we not have representation in our political leaders so that the political leadership looks like the people they serve? Let's have representation in real estate.
It's fabulous, Bob. I really, that's obviously your expression, and that's a big deal for you as a broker owner, is to actually have your mission, your vision be fulfilled through your brokerage, right? I love the Texas Pride. I love the.
It's a great double entendre, and I don't have boas and drag queens in our advertising. Some people call me. We don't. No, we just.
That's too bad.
It slides under the radar for those. Here's the thing. I want to be who I am at all times because I don't want to be I don't show houses much anymore because I run the team. But my goal was to be not driving in my car and have somebody suddenly discover who I was and be upset.
Yeah.
And have that anger in the car.
Right.
Know me ahead of time. And if you don't like me, self-eliminate.
Well, that's why we always coach all our agents to get themselves on video as much as possible because, I get it. You are, you have whatever. I'm bald. You have a body.
Oh my gosh, you're bald. I'm so shocked.
Exactly. Like, they're going to find out who you are at some point.
Right. But so many brokerages and teams standardize the person into being the look they want. And I don't think that builds happy agents.
It can't. It's so good. It's so good, Bob. I so appreciate that because that's, the whole idea of the podcast is what builds happy agents. What is it that you do that makes your agents happy? And the first thing, obviously, that matters to you, both culturally as a human and culturally as a business is, are they self-expressed?
Right.
It's great. Well, let's take a quick dive into your business model. So are you an independent broker or are you a team author?
We were independent for 10 years.
Yeah.
And from 2009 to about 2019, we were independent. Everything was running great. But I knew about 5 years into that 10 years, I hit a plateau. I knew how to run what I knew how to run, but I didn't know how to run faster and better. And that's where I got into Tom Ferry coaching. And I didn't go after, I'm going to go do this. I went to a coaching seminar with the idea of, I'm not going to buy this. I'm just going to steal every idea and run out the door.
I love that.
And on the third day, and this was when Tom was doing the seminars himself. He was going around the country. And so I was in the room with him. And on the third day, he did this visualization exercise. Close your eyes, imagine yourself in X number of years ahead, blah, 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 write it all down. And I was stunned at what I saw myself doing in a great way. I had never given myself the imagination to imagine a bigger world for myself. I went to the back of the room. I said, here's my credit card. See if you can charge me. Let's see if Visa loves me enough. Visa loved me enough, and I got a coach, and we've doubled my company 3 times. So, and I'm not trying to sell Tom Ferry versus anybody else, although he's amazing, but just get yourself a mentor. Get yourself somebody who has been down this road. And they don't have to jump the high jump the way you jump it, but you have somebody who can stand there and say, hey, try this. Do this. This worked for us. Or, here's some books and things, go research. Just somebody who's a guidepost, who can listen, who can say, okay, chill on that. Look at this. I know what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's good.
And that's been so incredible as a team. So back to your question, in 2019, I moved us as a group, and now we're under a HomeSmart franchise here in Texas, HomeSmart Stars. I didn't want to be broker in charge after 10 years. I wanted to just kind of focus on mentoring the team, getting the lead gen going, and let somebody else take that burden off of me. I have to let go to grow.
Yeah.
I have to let go of all the little minutia.
Great.
And then focus on what I really want to do to make me happy.
Which is empowering your agents.
Right.
And
I love seeing people's faces light up when something changes and they're like, oh, it worked.
Good. So you're a team leader within HomeSmart.
Yes.
Okay, great. And then tell me as much detail as you're comfortable sharing about your splits and about what you do for agent attraction and all like that, so that other team leaders can steal whatever they want. Some people are completely transparent, some people aren't, whatever works for you, Bob. So.
We have a fairly democratic split, or I shouldn't say democratic, very fair split. For the first 5 deals, you're 60-40, because we're going to walk beside you and just help you. And then after that, you're 80-20. I don't make you re-earn it each year. And oh, by the way, at 80-20, we'll still walk beside you and help you. Yeah, your first 5 deals, you're going to need some training wheels. And we have the training systems in place. After that, I don't want to get caught into, I know some brokers have like this very complicated, it's kind of Byzantine, the 15th deal, the $5 of that one goes to this. I don't want to keep up with all that. 80-20, keep it simple. Pays me enough to keep the lights on. And I don't make money till you make money. I'm not into this fee-based thing of, we're taking $500 out. And then once you get your 15th commission, we give you all that. But no, just keep it simple. 80-20 split. Bob doesn't think well with math, so I just don't want to do a lot of that.
I love it, Bob.
Agent attraction, as far as what we're doing for that, is we're just going out and we're going to the real estate schools and we're talking to people about who we are as a group. And it's not just one person going out with the recruiting. We'll take 3 or 4 of our agents out. Mm-hmm. And all 4 of them are different people. So it'll be interesting at the end of the talk. Some folks will go over to Kimber and talk to Kimber, and some folks will go to Leslie and talk to Leslie because they're attracted to one of the 3 or 4 of them. And because we have that multitude there, we're attracting more folks that way.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be any kind of job fair, any kind of competition where there's the standard or there's what you do to stand out as a diverse team. So that's got to be
And there's no harm, no foul. If people want to go talk to Kimber today, great. Bring it on. That's the energy.
Yeah, and the 80-20 split is as generous as any team that, we've heard about. So that's fabulous that you got that.
Yeah. I like keeping it simple in that regard.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And that's got to help in the recruiting end too. So tell me about your plans. Tell me about, you're at 25 agents now. You got plans for 2022. What are you looking at?
We are trying
market shift. Talk to me about all that.
We are trying to get to maybe 25 to 30 for the year and hold there. We got to get them trained up.
Mm-hmm. So do you take in mostly new agents or are you 50-50 with seasoned agents? Where do you get?
Right now, we're probably running 80-20 with the 80% being new agents.
Got it.
What we're finding is that existing agents, they're stuck where they're at. Or we'll get the one who went to, Banana Realty and didn't work out there, and they'll come to us. But mostly what we're getting is new agents, which is great because they're trainable.
Yeah.
They're not going to be, I've been in business 10 years and I already know everything. Okay, that's not a good culture fit.
Right.
We don't want to hire a diva who's already I've sold so much and you're nothing. I want people who share. If somebody gets in our chat group and asks a question, share the answer. Oh, I'm not going to tell her. She's going to steal from me. Nobody created the first yard sign. Nobody here created the first flyer. You stole from somebody else. Let them steal back. Right. It's just karma. Just help them out. So it's a very collaborative organization and just pitch in and help.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if I answered your question directly.
No, so I interrupted you while you were answering. So you're looking at stabilize around 25 or 30 agents. 80% of them are new agents right now.
Right.
We get the same sort of mix here. It's certainly easier to attract new agents because, they don't have any, if they hear the culture fit they're in. And then any agent that's seasoned, right, is either, we get them, which you already said, you get them when they're disillusioned, but okay, well, it didn't work to, imagine this, that the managing broker or the team leader promised them all this stuff and then they never got it.
Oh my God, would that happen? Or what they didn't tell them was, hey, join us and then buy this book that our founder wrote, swipe your card. Take this class our founder wrote, swipe your card. Come to these other sessions our founder wants you to do, swipe the card. And you're a money machine to them.
Yeah.
Imagine working at McDonald's and everybody working at McDonald's has to pay to work there.
Or pay to get trained.
Right.
Right.
That's what it is. And all these brokerages, I'm not picking on anybody specifically, but all these brokerages that have a box in every town have to have 40 or 50 agents each month paying them to build the burgers.
Yep. No, I get it.
I don't want to make money till you make money.
That's really where we stand as well. And that's why that's why we made the move from one of the big boxes over to EXP. Same, we're going to go on our own, but someone else is going to handle all the L&O.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It frees me. I loved having the, for lack of, no pun intended, the pride of ownership, but I had that. And now, somebody else can be broker and I still have pride of ownership of the group.
That's right. I don't need pride of ownership of the paperwork.
Right.
Yeah, good. And then talk to me about what trainings you do provide. How do you train up your agents? What do you do that you think is unique? What do you do that works in terms of training new agents, getting them to their first 5-10 deals? What's working now?
Just running them through the basics, taking them through building their list, getting their sphere of influence set up, getting their social media set up. One of our best agents was also previously a teacher. So he set up course curriculum and runs all the new agents through some coursework, takes them out in the field, does practical work. We actually take them out and show them how to do a listing, how to do a buyer consultation, how to set up your first houses for showings, things like that most agencies are here's a website, go learn it, go watch a video. We're actually hand holding them through the field. Here's a laser measure. Here's how you measure the rooms. Here's how you write it all down. Everybody today, we're going to write a description of this house. Let's see who has the best description. That sort of thing, the practical hands-on. What are the 3 types of learning? There's visual, audio, and kinesthetic. We have to modulate we can't assume that everybody learns on a Zoom call because that's very visual. Occasionally it's a little audio, but it's not kinesthetic at all. We have to be able to put their hands on it and show them, this is how you put a sign in the yard, literally at that level. This is This is how you open the lock boxes, because most agents just are sent out to wander and figure it out.
Right. And so do you have a staff of, one of your team that's salaried that trains people, or you just senior agents take on new agents?
We have one agent who's director of training, and he's compensated in a way I don't necessarily need to talk about on video, but he's compensated. So, and so he's director of training. I have a business manager, an assistant business manager who can take a little bit of weight off of me. I've got some personal things going on with parents that I have to deal with healthcare issues. So I kind of am divesting myself of some of the daily responsibilities so I can focus on coaching the agents and working on the technology of the company. And those are my two. That's what I love to do. And, handing off payroll and accounting and, who posted this on social today to somebody else.
Great.
When I have time and bandwidth, I'll go look at who posted on social. But right now, let somebody else run that. Mm-hmm. I got to take care of a parent, and I got to take care of my business.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
That's great, Bob. And talk to me a little bit about so now you're a coach with Tom as well?
Yeah.
All right, great. Tell me about how that works into your business. How much of that do you do? Talk to me about that process, because I always think it's great when people take on.
If you listen to somebody of that caliber,
Tom.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to shine him up, but let's shine him up for a minute. Let's shine him up for a minute.
I'm with you. I listen.
Tom, if you're listening, this is for you. My point being is, if you listen to somebody of that caliber enough, you're going to absorb all the amazing ideas and thoughts. And you may question some of them, and you may in your head have your own little squabble about that little point or whatever, but you're at least thinking at a level higher than you were thinking before. And then you turn around to your 25 agents and you download what you just heard. And they have a squabble with this point or that point, but they eventually start listening to that as well. You're taking basically the resources of this system and growing as a person yourself. And if you're me, I turn around and then help other people behind me if they want to learn what I've learned. And so it becomes this large, circular system of helping each other. And I mean, I've been a coach with Tom about 5-6 years now, and I've got 41 coaching clients across the US and Canada. And everything I learned from them, each coaching client teaches me something, because just like I was talking about the styles of learning or whatever, I may have explained how to do geographic farming to 20,000 people so far, whatever. Right. But I've got to make it special for this person now. So how am I going to change myself to match them? And then when their face lights up because they get it and they get their first deals off of it, I'm like, yes, now who's the next person I can show something to? And they taught me how to teach them.
Yeah.
So that next time I have somebody who's not quite getting it, I've got more in my bandwidth. So learning from Tom, the systems and the ideas and the just get it done attitudes, sharing that with my staff, and then sharing that with the coaching clients. And I also take, I'll have extra calls for everybody. We'll have an extra class or something. I mix my staff in with the coaching clients on those calls, just so they can see the caliber of people I run with. So that then, because they'll hear me talk about Tom Ferry all the time. Yeah, okay, yeah, Bob's just talking. But when they see, oh my God, here's somebody who's producing at this level, and Bob is working with them, maybe I can get to that level.
That's great.
Working with Tom, maybe if I work with Tom, I can get to that level.
It's such a value add for your team to have you there, providing that for them.
Yeah.
Just by virtue of them being with you.
Yeah.
And that's great. My partner has been a real estate coach for many, many, many years. And that's one of the big points of differentiation we use.
It's a gift to be able to do this job.
Yeah.
And sometimes the coaching clients are ready to go and they get it. And sometimes they're like, well, I signed up for this, but I'm not really sure I want to change. And you have to find out why. Right. Why are you resistant? What's your hesitancy? Who taught you not to be open to this?
Right. And then why would you pay for it? And then argue with me about what there is to do. What do you get out of that? Are you just out to be right that it's never going to work? Right. And you get to say you've tried it and now you're right that this won't make a difference, or are you going to, take the coaching, right? It's always a thing when people's self-image, when confirmation bias meets people's self-image. Yes. That's a hard.
Thank you.
The more they're attached, no one's got, if you don't have a big opinion about it, you can change your point of view. But
right.
In this country, you can't even talk to anyone about their view because it's who they are. I am pro whatever. I am this way versus.
Right.
that's a possible view of life, is that this is the right idea. So same thing with new agents, right?
And I'll frequently ask people.
Or old agents.
Right, exactly. I'll ask people, who taught you that? Who taught you to be, to not have confidence? Who taught you to, do whatever this is? Because, usually that's something that's trained into us.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, what's the newest thing that you guys are talking about around the market shift with Tom that we can steal as long as we're here? Don't tell Tom. Tom, don't listen to this because.
Well, I mean, it's out there in the public because he puts so much. Literally, he just puts gold out there and waits for people to pick it up.
In my
the market shifting right now is normalization.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been at a steep incline for so many years. We have to level off for a while. Now, where exactly the interest rate ends up, we don't exactly know. That's the Fed. That's great. But you know what? In 2004, 2005, we were buying houses at 6% and thought that was fine.
Yeah.
We're freaking out because we're not getting 2.5 anymore. We shouldn't have expected to keep 2.5 forever. That was a gift. We should have grabbed it then.
Yeah.
The market is leveling out. Houses are still selling. They're just not selling in 5 minutes.
That's what we're telling everybody.
Yeah,
right?
We have people freaking out because their house is on market 4 days instead of 20 minutes.
I had to talk a client off the ledge the other day. He was like, well, it's been a week. It's like, what are you doing to get it sold? That's what he said to me. What are you doing to get it sold? It's been a week. I said, okay, you got to take a breath. It's been a week. And then 2 days later, we had an offer, full price offer. So
exactly.
Like, it's okay. It's okay if it's sat for 3 weeks.
For so many people,
okay. It really is not the end of the world.
Exactly. For so many people, especially new agents, this is their first cycle. Right. They've only lived with the steep incline.
Right.
They know nothing of the leveling off or the dip in the market, which we're not going to have that's not going to happen. But okay, this is panic for them, and we're just like, hey, we've ridden in a plane before. We know this is just turbulence.
Right.
The plane shifts a little bit. They'll bring the drinks in a few more minutes after it stabilizes. We'll be fine. The flight will get there.
Yeah, and we look at it like it's going to shake out the less competent agents, the people that came in to make the easy money. Right? We're all going to go away.
Yeah, Bravo TV didn't tell them about this. HGTV didn't warn them this episode would happen.
Exactly. Yeah, very good. All right. And then, Bob, is there anything else you wanted to cover that I didn't ask that when you came on as a guest, you were like, oh, I'll be a guest. Is there something you wanted to share with us that I haven't asked?
I think the most ignored source of leads is people's websites. I think people buy IDXs from these companies. They just take the website as is and then wonder why they don't get any leads from it because they never unfold it. They never move into it. They never personalize it. Don't put their video on it. They don't put anything about their area on it. They just take the website from whatever company it is and they sit there and stare at it and go, why isn't it bringing me leads? Or they pay a ton of money to Google and Facebook to force people to come to a website that's not fully deployed. So deploy your IDXs, get out there, make them your own. Go do some blogs about your area, put them on your website, share those blogs to other places, and then watch people come to your website organically, and you get leads without having to pay extra money. Great. That's kind of my mission right now is to fix everybody's IDX websites.
Excellent. Yeah. Bob, that's awesome. I mean, and you should know just, the consensus for the people I've interviewed is always local data, videos about your area are reliable, organic lead gen.
Yeah, I know you're going to sell me 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Show me how I'm going to live.
Yeah.
Where's the coffee shop? Where's the Mexican food place? Where do I get my clothes cleaned? Where do I put my kids in school? Show me the lifestyle because that's what you're selling me.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. All right, Bob.
It's a pleasure.
The last question always is, what are you reading?
I'm actually an Audible person more than I am.
I say reading, but I mean
that's fine. And I had this up because I knew this was going to be a question. Emotional Intelligence QuickBook is the one I'm on right now.
Emotional Intelligence QuickBook.
Yeah, it's a shortened version of the Emotional Intelligence book. That's my next one in the list. I'm going to be putting in the ears and listening to.
Excellent. All right, great. Well, I'll make a note of it and I want to check it out. All right, cool. Bob, it's been a delight. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for what you're doing for the real estate community. Being yourself and allowing people to be themselves. That's not a small mission. That's not I'm here to sell 2 more houses at a discount. That's life mission worth something. So I really do appreciate the work you're doing.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And let me just say, happy Pride.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's right.
Pride Month.
Happy Pride. I don't know when people are going to be listening to it, but happy Pride. And we'll talk to you later.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Abundant Life Podcast. Brought to you by Christine & Company and eXp Realty, the global online brokerage powered by top agents and cutting-edge technology. If you liked what you heard, consider subscribing wherever you listen to podcasts. Your hosts have been award-winning brokers Christine Andreasen and Aaron Hendon. For more on them, visit christineandcompany.com.